The latest of getting in, Russia has intensified its missile attack on Kyiv on day 9. We understand that there's been a fresh missile attack. Russia claims to have destroyed thousands of Ukrainian military infrastructure elements. That's a new number that they're putting out there. 11,612. Ukraine's missile attack on the rebel regions of Donetsk has also been captured on video. 3 big breaking developments coming in from Ukraine at this time. And this is from both sides, Akshita. A missile attack on Kyiv by Russia and a missile attack by Ukraine, apparently, on the rebel Donetsk region.
I also want to bring our viewers' attention to the images there on our screens. You know, why we've been focusing what's been happening right now in Zaporizhia and with regards to the nuclear power plant in Kyiv. It looks like Russia has ramped up its attacks. These kind of images speaking volumes of the kind of destruction that's been reported in the capital city right now.
I want to go across to Elnar Bainazarov. He's a reporter from the Red Square in Moscow. He's a journalist there. Elnar, thank you very much for being with India today. I'm sure you've been listening to the big developments on day 9 of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. You know, the shelling that has taken place at the Zaporizhia nuclear facility in southeastern Ukraine. There was a big fire there. How are you seeing this? This is something that has, you know, put the world on edge, Elnar.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So that's the breaking news from Moscow, and everybody in subway, everybody in their social networks, everybody's discussing this news. But actually, as far as I know, and as far as the Ukrainian and Russian authorities have announced, actually no fire is been seen on the exact building of the nuclear power plant, because as the Ukrainian energy authorities have announced in the morning, the shelling was only in the training center close to the nuclear power plant. So actually there's no threat right now, no direct threat to the power plant itself.
Elnar, does Russia then also recognize what's happened in Zaporizhia is something that's extremely dangerous for the entire world? What's happening now? Will Russia continue to try to seize control of this power plant?
I'm not sure about the plans of Russia, but as far as I know and as far as we know what's happened with Chernobyl's nuclear power plant, I guess that Russians would try to take control of the station, but without any shelling, because Russia is not interested, neither Ukraine is interested in the nuclear threat and nuclear damage, because the damage would hit not only Ukraine but the whole Europe and Russia itself, because like the damage from this nuclear plant catastrophe would lead to the damage to the whole Russia and to whole Central European part of Russia. So this is why I don't think that Russians are interested in any kind of nuclear catastrophe to take place in Ukraine. And this is why I guess Russian troops led Ukrainian firefighters to extinguish the fire to the training center of the nuclear plant. So this is why I don't think that Russians are interested in any kind of tragedy to take place in Zaporizhia.
It's very good to hear that, Elnar. In that case, do you think this could be part of, you know, the kind of signal that Russia is sending out to the world that we are in control of these very strategic and sensitive sites? You know, don't mess with us. We've heard President Putin and the Russian government, you know, make nuclear claims over the last few days. They've, you know, put their nuclear forces on operational alert. They've talked about the possibility of the next big war being, you know, destructive and nuclear. Now you're seeing this incident at the Zaporizhia facility. Is this basically signaling and messaging, tactical messaging maybe, to NATO and to the world?
Actually, it can be this kind of signal, but to me, as it seems from Moscow, it's just a part of the bigger operation, because obviously, I guess Russia is interested in taking the strategic objects of Ukraine, and as President Vladimir Putin announced yesterday during the Security Council, Russian operation, military operation as it's called in Moscow, is being on plan. It's going according to the schedule, and so this is why I guess that the taking of Zaporizhia nuclear power plant was also part of this plan, because it's a kind of tactic. Because as we see, according to the tactics and what has been done by Russian troops in these 9 days, we see that Russians are trying to seize all the major cities, although they only captured and seized only one Ukrainian city, and 20 other big cities are still taken by Ukrainian forces. And this only city that was taken by Russian forces is Kherson, which is in the south of Ukraine, close to the border with Crimea, which is been taken by Russia in 2014, according to the referendum, which Russian authorities claim to be illegal, and the world claims to be illegal. So the only city that was taken is Kherson, and all other cities are not taken yet. And only nuclear plant that was taken by Russians is the Chernobyl, which is currently out of use. And Zaporizhia, I guess Russia is not interested, as I've told already, in some kind of intensifying fire in this nuclear power plant, because it's not Russian strategy to make a catastrophe. And as the press secretary of Russian President Dmitry Peskov already announced, Russia is not interested in occupation of Ukraine. So this is why I guess that Russia is interested only in taking control of the strategic objects and not in occupation itself, as far as we have to believe to the Russian authorities.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Akshita.
Apologies. So, Elnar, I just want to focus on one point you made also, of Putin saying, you know, their plan is going as scheduled. Is that really the case? 9 days, even you've highlighted how only one major city is controlled by Russia right now.
As I already mentioned, according to the press secretary of the president, Mr. Dmitry Peskov, Russia is not interested in the occupation, because as we know, as we have seen from the videos in social networks, the Ukrainian population in the cities is not interested and is not cheerful about the Russian troops coming. So Russian troops, they do know that you don't have to only win the war, you have to win the popularity among the population, and Russian troops know that it would be hard, and this is why, as for now, as we can see from what's going on, the main aim, the main goal of Russia right now is to take the strategic objects and to cause no threat to the population, and to take all the military objects, so that as far as I just know, apparently Russia is interested in making Ukraine neutral country without any kind of military threat.